Matt Kemp, Unique Ted Williams Power Secret. You guys read this book before? Hey, what's going on? It's Joey Myers from the Hitting Performance Lab, and in this Matt Kemp video we're going to talk about how your body not only has rotational systems, but also anti-rotational systems. Your body has a natural way of using springy connective tissue to both accelerate and to slow down your body during dynamic movement. We're going to talk about three different things in this video. We're going to talk about the science of your acceleration and braking systems. Then we're going to pit Matt Kemp and Ted Williams to see whose braking system is actually more efficient. And number three, we're going to tune up your acceleration and braking systems. But first, let's go over the science. Thomas Myers in his book Anatomy Trains talks about 9 different fascial lines found throughout the body that both interweave and interrelate during human movement. We'll be highlighting one in particular called the functional lines. Click the video link somewhere around this video for a brief background on springy fascia. Thomas Myers says that functional lines mainly come into play in the following athletic events: shot put, javelin, discus, and hammer throws, tennis, golf, and of course for hitters like Matt Kemp and Ted Williams. Thomas Myers says these lines enable us to give extra power and precision to the movements of the limbs by lengthening their lever arm through linking them across the body to the opposite limb in the other girdle. Imagine a big X painted on your chest and back, connecting the right shoulder to the left hip and vice versa, front and backside. Thomas Myers refers to them as front functional lines, or FFL, and back functional lines, or BFL. He uses a couple different examples to illustrate the braking system in action. Pitching a baseball or bowling a cricket are perfect ways to engage these lines. The windup involves a shortening of the BFL and a stretching of the FFL, while the pitch itself reverses that process, shortening the FFL and stretching the BFL. In the final act, the BFL acts as a brake to keep the strong contraction along the FFL and the momentum of the arm from going too far and damaging joints involved in the movement. You still following me? It's okay if you're not. We'll simplify in the next section. Matt Kemp and Ted Williams. Who has the more efficient braking system? I chose to analyze Matt Kemp and Ted Williams' swings because they have similar body types. Ted Williams was at 6'3", 205, and Matt Kemp is at 6'4", 215 pounds. To simplify this idea of the acceleration and braking system, we're just going to follow the front shoulder path. For Matt Kemp, we're going to follow that left shoulder. So up to the landing position, you're going to see that front shoulder, that left shoulder is going to be slightly lower than the right. At impact, you're going to see the left shoulder go above the right shoulder. And then at finish, you're going to see that left shoulder is actually going to stay above the right shoulder. Now, if we look at Ted Williams, we're going to see his right shoulder is front shoulder. Right shoulder is going to be below the back shoulder, similar to Kemp. You're at impact, you're going to see another similarity here. That right shoulder is going to drop below the left. And then at finish, this is where you see the difference. Ted Williams's left shoulder is actually going to pop above his right one, which used to be the front one. Now, Matt Kemp can improve his efficiency with his spine engine mechanics and fascial loading just by getting a little bit more downhill with his shoulder angle. Seeing if we can get a little bit more of a flex, a lateral flex with his spine. See if we can show his numbers a little bit more. We should be able to see both digits of his numbers nice and clear. And then the last thing, and the most important one, biggest similarity between him and Ted Williams, is seeing if we can finish instead of barrel high, barrel low. So we can get that back shoulder to finish, or his right shoulder to finish lower than his left. Now, I have a bonus for you. If you want to learn how to tune up your acceleration and braking system, what you can do is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, is you can click the link below this video in the About section, and it'll take you to the blog where I have 2 exercises and 2 stretches that are going to help you to tune up that system. I hope you learned a lot in this video. Make sure that we're swinging smarter by moving better.